all know that Kathleen Kennedy is an accomplished, incredible executive producer and president of Lucasfilm. She's been around since we were all in diapers, since a lot of us didn't even exist yet. But what if Star Wars had a creative head? Like a J.J. Abrams, perhaps? Think of like Kevin Feige with Marvel, how he's involved with the storytelling and connecting the dots. What if Star Wars had that? Well, it's possible that could happen. We're going to talk about why in a little bit. Welcome back, everybody. This is the Resistance Broadcast. I'm John Hoey. Welcome to our Thursday discussion show. We're going to do some fun stuff today, not only talking about that deep dive discussion about the future of Star Wars and J.J. Abrams and Willie Bad Robot head to Lucasfilm and Disney, but also we're going to play a game called Who Are You that we've played before, which involves who's better at guessing quotes in Star Wars, and of course your tweets and Resistance transmissions to end the show. Guys, James Bainey isn't here today, but you know who is? Joining me is Lacey Gillerin, as always. How are you, Lacey?
I'm here. I'm good. I'm excited to talk about Star Wars and to hopefully beat John again at Who Are You? Because I'm better at this game than John.
Yeah, let's not forget that we tied that last time, but that's okay.
We didn't, because logically, by the rules, which I didn't cheat, everyone keeps saying I cheated. I did not cheat. I won.
Nope. But hey, that's okay. All right, guys. So yeah, James is not here, so you guys can find him on Twitter or on Instagram at Myra Trunks. Again, I don't know if I said who I am, but you should know by now. I'm John Hoey. How are you? If you're listening or watching on YouTube, how's everybody doing? Make sure you guys are subscribed to us. And before we get into the show, I do want to say this real quick. I touched on this on Monday. A lot of you guys drive to work or drive to school and you stop off and pick up a coffee at Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks, and it's a couple bucks, and you do that about 20 times a month or so. What if I told you for one of those cups of coffee, you can be subscribed and a part of our Patreon page, which is exclusive access to our additional content for just $2 a month? Yep. So if you guys are interested at all, just simply go right now or after the show to patreon.com/resistance broadcast. Check out all of our exclusive content. Lacey over there, you're looking at her, you're hearing her. She runs the page for us. James and I chime in once in a while, but Lacey operates the page for us. We have stuff we post pretty much every day there. We're a very active page, and we want you to be a part of it, to be a bigger part of our community. And we thank you for all of your support. So go check it out. We have 5 tiers from $2 to $50. It's up to you when you look at the rewards, what you'd like to do. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Enough of the pitches. It's time to talk Star Wars. That's why we're all here, right? So, right. Lacey, our discussion this week, which we're going to skip Will of the Force. We're giving James a break after last week.
That's his favorite. We gotta.
That's his favorite. We're gonna do a game later instead. So we're gonna get into our discussion right now.
Obi-Wan once thought as you do.
Our discussion this week is imagining J.J. Abrams as the Kevin Feige, so to speak, of Star Wars. So what that basically means is he's the head of creative and connectivity with the movies. So how Kathleen Kennedy is a producer and a president, she's not really involved in the story connectivity. So what if they had that person, like a Kevin Feige is with Marvel? Now, where that comes from...
overarching creative view of where it's going.
Exactly, right. So where that comes from is, according to Deadline, Universal, Disney, and Warner Brothers are the major studios battling it out to strike a deal with Bad Robot, which is J.J. Abrams' company. With Disney and Warner Brothers...
kind of.
Yeah, so Disney and Warner Brothers, who actually house Bad Robot's TV division, are considered the favorites, but Universal is apparently pulling out all the stops to try to bring him in. So these three big companies are trying to get their hands on Bad Robot and J.J. Abrams. Obviously, why wouldn't you? He's supremely talented. Right. So we know there's been instability in Star Wars. Whether you love Star Wars or not, it's just a fact. There's been issues with directors. There's been issues with rumblings between Disney and Lucasfilm, marketing issues, all down the line. It's true. So in addition to that, the report here states that J.J. Abrams has developed a close relationship with Disney CEO Bob Iger, forged in the editing rooms of The Force Awakens at the time.
It's a good friend to have.
A very good friend to have. So Lacey, let's talk about it. J.J. and Bad Robot potentially coming to Disney. what would it mean for the future of Star Wars, for the future of Kathleen Kennedy? Can she coexist? Would it be a thing where they move on down the road? What would that mean if, say, it was possible for J.J. Abrams to come in and kind of be like a Kevin Feige sort of thing for Star Wars? What do you think? Let's start it off with your thoughts on this.
I think it's definitely possible. I think JJ always has a vision of where he wants things to go. I mean, he kicked off this whole sequel trilogy. He came up with the characters. He came up with the concepts. He came up with the...
There'd be no Kylo Ren without JJ Abrams.
I know. There would be no Soft Boy without JJ Abrams. No, he has a vision of where he wants us to go. That's why he's ending this whole thing and finishing it off. I could definitely see Kathleen Kennedy's on her way out. Not because she doesn't love producing movies. I think that's never going to change. She's always going to be behind the camera and doing her thing. I think if I was her, I wouldn't want to do it anymore just because of all the craziness and the negativity. Like, that's got to weigh on a person. You know, it's not easy to deal with. So I think she's going to finish out the sequel trilogy, do her thing. But I could see JJ stepping in and just saying, like, you know what? I love this universe. I love living in this universe. I started off this new wave of new movies. Let me take this into the next decade of where this is going to go. And it puts him in a great position with Disney, and Disney wants him to be a part of it. I could definitely see that as something that would happen. And I would love to see it happen. I think JJ's great. I think he's done great things with Star Wars. I think he's done great things with Lost. He transformed Star Trek into something that I actually could watch. Sorry, Star Trek fans.
Right. Yeah.
I have no interest in, didn't he did Super 8, right? That was a great movie.
Super 8, that was his like love affair tribute to
Steven
Spielberg.
Yeah, it was Stranger Things before Stranger Things,
Sure, yeah, throwback to a Goonies type of thing, yeah.
Yeah, so I could definitely see him taking it in a direction that's really great. I think he has great rapport with Bob Iger. I think that's very important. I mean, I'll go back to this. I said this last time, guys. Or I might have said this on Patreon, so I apologize. Bob Iger did an interview where he mentioned the future of Star Wars and didn't mention Rian Johnson. He only mentioned the Game of Thrones guys. And that's something that, like, when you're bragging about what you have upcoming, wouldn't you mention, oh, we have the great Rian Johnson coming back from The Last Jedi? He didn't mention Rian Johnson.
Yeah, he only did a top 10 all-time grossing film. I'm just not going to mention him. Yeah.
Right. He just, it was really weird. He didn't mention him, but then, like, he always talks about how great JJ is and the direction JJ's going, and he has a great rapport with him. So I could see him saying, like, hey, man, you get this universe. Like, come be a part of this. We'll let you make whatever projects you want to make. Like, what kind of deal would that be, And as someone like JJ who's so creative and wants his own universe, I don't see why Disney wouldn't offer him this. But at the same time, is this kind of like JJ's Avatar, this thing that nobody knows really what's going on? So James Cameron has gone full into Avatar, like that's his baby now. Is this new universe that JJ's pitching to these studios, that kind of thing that he's like, you know what? I love Star Wars. I did my thing with Star Wars, but like I want to do my own thing. But I would love it if he became the Kevin Feige of Star Wars. Yeah.
So if you think about it, Kevin Feige is running things and connecting the dots and making sure there's the cohesiveness there in Marvel, and they've done it wonderfully. But he's not writing and directing all these movies. So let's say Abrams does come in and his deal with...
But he's picking who works on these things, though.
Right. But I'm saying, let's say Abrams does come in and part of his deal is, listen, I have these movies that I want to make. I will oversee this thing and I'll be executive producer and make sure everything's cooking and professional and done the right way and all that stuff. But I'm going to be directing my other stuff over here. I could see that happening.
Oh, absolutely.
I've also heard
they told Harrison Ford, hey, if you'll be in Star Wars, we'll give you an Indiana Jones movie.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, it's been on record that Harrison Ford likes Indiana Jones better than Han Solo. But,
it's his baby.
I've heard from several people these things, and we've put them in articles and whatever, that Kathleen Kennedy loved Rian Johnson, still loves Rian Johnson. I believe she probably wanted him to do episode 9. We know early on we heard rumors that he was going to write episode 9 and stuff. I don't know that wasn't true. I'm sure I think there may have been thoughts about that. Now, we also hear that Bob Iger loved J.J. Abrams, and now Deadline is reiterating that again here. I think if you logically look at everything that has happened from The Last Jedi, yes, it was wildly successful. I love the movie. Most fans do love the movie. But it has a stigma about it because of all the negativity and the toxicity and all that stuff down the line. I would not be surprised if Bob Iger kind of overrode Kathleen Kennedy here and said, this isn't working out with Colin Trevorrow. I'm making an executive decision here. Things worked with JJ. You may not have gotten along with him, but he's coming back.
Do they not get along? Is that like a kind of whisperings that are happening?
The whispering that Kathleen Kennedy and JJ didn't get along because they didn't work very well together. But
I wonder if it's a control thing. And I'm not saying that they're either bad people. I'm sure they're wonderful people. Sometimes people just don't get along in like a work scenario because it seems like Kathleen Kennedy has her own vision and has a way that she wants things to go. And, JJ's very close-knit with his ideas and like very like he presents his ideas and his thoughts to like very close friends. So I couldn't see him being like I could see it happening that like maybe she really wanted to give input on something and he's like, no, I want it to go this way. Because she seems to want to have control over the situation naturally because she's the head of Lucasfilm. She wants to put her input in. She wants to make sure everything's going smoothly and some things go wrong. I could see JJ being like, I got this. Don't worry. I got it. And it coming across the wrong way, even if it didn't mean to be bad. She didn't mean it to come across the wrong way. I've had that in my own professional life where you're just trying to be helpful and give your ideas and be a part of the team and do the right thing. And it comes across as like, why is she being so pushy? Why is she encroaching on something that's my project,
Yeah, they could have butt heads because when you think about it, J.J. Abrams had executive producer title on both movies, I believe, right? The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi.
I don't know what his input was with The Last Jedi, but I know he like read the script and like made sure certain things were okay.
And he was executive producer, so that's a big title. That's a big deal. They're both producers. J.J. Abrams has clearly, judging by this, big career aspirations.
He's done a lot of producing.
His future is going uphill. Kathleen Kennedy has... she's already at the stage of her career where she's getting the achievement awards, right? So you have these two big producer type personalities, and I could see them butting heads. Where with Rian Johnson, he's an artist, he's a filmmaker. That his producer is Ram Bergman. He wasn't the I'm going to butt heads as a producer type of person. He's I'm going to write this, I'm going to direct this. You want to tell me how we produce it, then you work with Ram. So I think she got along with Ryan because the buffer was there between Ram and Ryan.
But also, I think we have to look at the relationships with other directors where they openly said, Phil Lord and Chris Miller said it was that they didn't get along with Kathleen Kennedy. It seemed like. From what I read and overheard and stuff like that, like it didn't seem like it was like she butted heads with them, or they butted heads with, Larry Kasdan, who's on. I think Larry Kasdan. Side.
Yeah, I think Larry Kasdan was a big part of that whole thing, and I think that was one of those things.
To be clear, I'm not playing like a blame game. I'm literally just dissecting what I've heard.
Right, absolutely, and I had speculated this, and that's all this is. I haven't really heard anything, but I think the Solo movie was kind of a deal slid in. Like George Lucas, I'll sell you my property, but you have to make this Solo movie, and Larry has to be the writer. And Larry said, I'll come back and do The Force Awakens if we do the Solo thing. So I think that's all intertwined. So that makes me think Disney didn't really want to do Solo anyway. So that's why they kind of punted the marketing. You could see like the kind of all the fruits connected to that tree, right? So I think that movie. Still a great movie. I would
still watch a second one.
But I think Lord Miller kind of took the blowback from all that Disney didn't want it anyway, sort of thing. So it was all. I think that movie was a little messy to begin with, from a business standpoint. Not necessarily the final product we all love. A different story.
Right.
So taking a look at this. If they were to bring in J.J. Abrams as a Kevin Feige type of thing, and they gave him a great deal with Bad Robot where he can make all these other movies under the Disney banner, here's all the money you need to make this movie. I mean, who wouldn't want that type of deal? And Kathleen Kennedy, I believe she's around 65, 66 or so. Someone's gonna write in the YouTube comments. She's 64 in 6 months.
Fabulous. I'm gonna Google that.
I believe she's 65. And when you think about it, George Lucas was 68 when he sold Lucasfilm, right?
Yeah.
So let's say she sticks around for these 3 years. She extended her contract for 3 years, right? So it takes her through the sequel trilogy.
She was born in 1953, which is a year after my father.
So she's 65.
She's 65. Damn. She looks great.
Yeah.
She looks
does.
awesome.
She does.
Wow.
So back to my point, though.
Sorry. Sorry, I didn't mean to like get weird about that.
No, it's okay. So George Lucas was 68 when he sold Lucasfilm. She'll be 68 when her contract's up. She has nothing left to prove. She can still produce movies, do everything she wants. Maybe she doesn't want to go beyond those 3 years. Maybe she's
That's
good
what I was
with
saying.
it.
Maybe she's good.
Because I remember we talked about this when Rocco was on, and we talked about it recently that, you know,
he didn't think she was going to continue.
Maybe she didn't want to be a president of Lucasfilm. She's always been a great executive producer, and she worked with her husband making all these incredible movies throughout the years, from E.T. to Jurassic Park, down the Indiana Jones, down the line.
Mm-hmm.
Her resume is second to none. Maybe she doesn't want to be the president of Lucasfilm. And then you say you do hand it off because her and JJ don't get along, and say JJ does slide into that role.
Right.
I could see that being a good thing because JJ knows Star Wars. And he can be a producer as well as a creative, and then maybe you bring in a Filoni to help you out there too, and you do like a two-headed monster type of thing. I think that could be good for Star Wars, and you could do it without it looking like a bad thing. Like there's been plenty of times where, I know you're going to hate these sports analogies, but if you have like an old popular quarterback, let's say that's Kathleen Kennedy, and they're kind of on the downturn of their career just because they're coming to the end, not necessarily because they're doing a bad thing or anything like that.
Like a Brett Favre.
Yeah, like a Brett Favre, and then you have the new hotshot quarterback.
I know sports.
Like an Aaron Rodgers who came in and replaced Brett Favre. Well, no, the Brett Favre is perfect because then you had Aaron Rodgers come in and replace Brett Favre. So I could see that working, and it's still okay. I mean, the thought of J.J. Abrams heading Star Wars makes me feel confident in the future of Star Wars because he's given me no reason not to. Like we've been saying, he relaunched this whole thing. No one had more pressure on them in Star Wars than J.J. Abrams. I think even more so than Kathleen Kennedy because his stamp came on the creative side of things.
And people knew
that's all the fans care about is the creative part.
People didn't know Kathleen Kennedy in the way that they know JJ. They know JJ for Lost, and they know him for Star Trek, and they know, like, I remember when they made this announcement, they're like, Star Trek's JJ Abrams is blah, 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 blah.
Right.
And he had to come out and say, I liked Star Wars first. Like, I'm a bigger Star Wars fan than I am a Star Trek fan.
Right. He grew up with this stuff triggering his imagination. Spielberg, Lucas, all this stuff.
Yep.
And not only did he revive Star Wars and do it greatly, everyone loves The Force Awakens. It was a golden time. There was no drama. And
The Force Awakens was so good, guys. It's so good.
Then they announced that he's coming back, and everyone was like, yes!
I was so excited. I am excited.
It's such a
I'm not excited that he hasn't updated his Twitter since he said he was going to give us updates.
I know.
It's been quite the time, JJ.
But and you know what he could also do too, Lacey, is like say they take a break, episode 9's all set, and they're doing the Benioff and Wise, and everything's going good, and hey, we're gonna sprinkle in that Obi-Wan movie. We're gonna dunk that over here. We have this other stuff we're coming up with here. Guess what? In 8 years or so, doing episode 10, and JJ's like, I'm gonna step back in the director's chair.
And
Let's
Lacey's
do it.
Gonna be like, I'm still doing a podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, we're still going to be here doing the podcast. It's going to be great.
We'll be one of those old people that they're like, why are these old people still like Star Wars?
I know.
Get over it.
Yeah, I'll be in my 40s. Jeez. Ugh. But yeah, I could see J.J. Abrams being like, all right, let's do it. Let's call Daisy up. Let's bring the gang back and do it. So I don't know, from all these types of angles and the fact that it's sitting right here in front of us saying that Bad Robot could join Disney, I could see this being a very distinct possibility. I know we're talking about a lot of speculation and hypotheticals here, but what do you think? Do you think say over under 50%? Do you think it's possible that he could slide into this role?
Of Lucasfilm or being a part of Disney? Because if you're talking about being a part of Disney, I'm like 90%. Because you have to think Universal is going after properties like Stranger Things. So they're going to go for the cream of the crop. And the cream of the crop is J.J. Abrams because they need to combat with the Stranger Things stuff. That's why they were testing Stranger Things haunted houses and stuff. They're trying to make that ET ride into Stranger Things.
Sure. Okay. Disney, you're saying 90%. I think I agree with you too. I can't imagine
he's going with them.
Warner Brothers or Universal outdoing Disney. If Disney wants J.J. Abrams,
he wants theme park options. The best theme parks, hands down. I don't care what anybody says, are Disney theme parks.
Does J.J. Abrams care about theme parks though? Really?
They're in his contract. That was the big specific thing of why everybody thinks he's going with Disney, because he wants movies, he wants merchandise, and he wants theme park attractions. Theme park attractions was number 3 on his list of
he said that?
Options. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that is interesting. Okay.
So that's why everybody's saying outside of the obvious of he's worked with Disney, he likes Disney, he likes Bob Iger. It's because there is a theme park.
Well, Universal's a theme park too.
Yes, but they don't have Disney.
Warner Brothers is like, damn it.
Well, see, they have Harry Potter. And then they have, like I said, they're testing these new properties like Stranger Things and all these other niche type fandoms.
What's Warner Brothers park though? Are they like Six Flags?
Warner Brothers is Universal. Warner Brothers is Harry Potter.
Yeah, but Universal and Warner Brothers are two different studios. Or are they?
They still make money together.
Oh, okay. Because they're all bidding against each other here. You have Warner Brothers, Disney, and Universal.
Well, because then Warner Brothers could license it to Universal.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Because I know Warner Brothers has
Harry Potter, and that's why if you go into the Harry Potter lands, they're very strict on what they show you and what they do. Like, to the point that I'm not even kidding. Like, they wouldn't give us butterbeer without the foam on top because that's how it has to look.
Right. Well, that's good.
So, that's because they're so specific about their copyrights and whatnot, that they probably license it from WB.
So if you had to guess, let's say after episode 9 comes out, they announce J.J. Abrams and Bad Robot are coming to Disney. Assuming episode 9 crushes, which we expect it will, right?
It will. It's going to be great.
I mean, fan acceptance and box office and all that stuff.
Yeah, overwhelming success.
So 2020 they announced... Q1 2020, they announced J.J. Abrams and Bad Robot are coming to the Disney family. What do you think that looks like from his deal with Disney and potentially Lucasfilm? Give your best hypothetical guess on what that could look like.
I don't think he's going to take the job as head of Lucasfilm. I don't think he really wants it. I think it's going to be he makes his own path and they give him whatever he wants. So
where do you think Lucasfilm goes then? Do you think Kathleen sticks around?
No, someone else will take over. But the problem is with right now, if you look at Disney as a company, they've had a lot of issues with higher ups. Not Bob Iger necessarily, but John Lasseter. John Lasseter got into a lot of trouble for his sexual harassment allegations and everything like that. And that was so disappointing to hear as someone that loves Pixar and all that stuff. He was one of my heroes. And then I hear that and I'm like, oh, you're the worst. Yeah. So they have to deal with that fallout. And he was their go-to guy at D23 and all these big conferences that would come out and talk about the future of animation and Pixar. Now they don't have that figurehead. They have Bob Iger, but then they'd have Kathleen Kennedy talk about Lucasfilm. And now they have all this negativity around that with the fans and whatever. I'm not going to get into that. They need someone to come in that's going to provide that positive outlook. And I don't think JJ is interested in dealing with that because he'd rather just do his own creative project.
That's fair. I think that's fair. I would be curious to see then who steps in those shoes. Is it a big name like a Favreau, or is it someone who's been
I could see Favreau doing it. I could totally see him doing it.
Yeah, but he also likes kind of doing a bunch of different things, Yeah,
he does Lion King. He's doing The Mandalorian. Yeah, I could.
Maybe. What if the Mandalorian? I could see a
Dave Filoni. I would thoroughly be so happy if Dave Filoni took over.
That was my concern about Dave Filoni, is that he is so lore driven that
I know, but he's so passionate about it that he would try to.
I feel like he would make Star Wars really weird, though.
It's already weird. It's in space.
No, I know, but his stuff, the animated stuff gets weird. In a good way, but it gets weird.
You mean it gets deep into deep theories and
squids
ideas and space whales and
No, I mean Filoni would be good, but I feel like because he hasn't even directed something on his own, let alone controlling all the movies and stuff.
But he's the only one that George, I feel trusts to the
end of time. I don't know. I would have to be like think about that. I'd probably be okay with it. I don't
And
know.
he's a fan favorite. People love him.
I know. I thought, for a while
I saw him
I
at
was like,
San Diego. He was standing like 10 feet from me this past summer.
sweet brag,
looking
bro.
at no, but he was looking at
What does James do?
NECA figures, whatever. I was so nervous, guys. I couldn't go talk to him. I just stood there and was like, "There's Dave Filoni." He didn't have his cowboy hat on. It was like really weird. It was like seeing something out of its element.
I always picture like Dave Filoni, like he sleeps in his hat, he showers in his hat, he just like
he
everything
didn't have it on. It threw me off. That's why I was like, "Is that Dave Filoni? Is that?"
Right.
And then I realized I was like, "It's Dave Filoni." And then I just stood there going, "Hey, look, there's Dave Filoni." And like
you get that anxiety, like when you see Woody from Toy Story without his hat, you're like, "But where's his hat? He's gotta have his hat. He needs his hat."
Can I just explain to you? I've gone up to so many like different people while working that are like ridiculously famous, or like I walked up to Mark Hamill in an airport. I couldn't get the guts to walk up to Dave Filoni and be like, "Hey man, I'm a fan."
Wait, you met Mark Hamill at an airport?
I did. I couldn't do it, guys. I got scared of Dave Filoni. I was like, I can't. He's too smart. I like started to like doubt my own intelligence to talk to him. So
Lacey brings up the Mark Hamill story like every episode.
Because it's like the only thing that I've ever really geeked out about.
Ridiculous.
Besides John Boyega.
No, it's funny, Lacey, like when people were talking about it, I think last year we were talking about like what happens next if Kathleen Kennedy leaves, because that was right when things were really heated with The Last Jedi.
It's just crazy because we talked about this with Rocha ad nauseum. Like we went into like deep dive about this. I know you hate the term deep dive, but we went into like a deep discussion about it with Rocha, and Rocha was very solid and adamant that she will not be sticking around.
I'm with him. I agree. She won't, but I think she'll leave on her own terms.
That's what I said. Remember? That's what I said.
Yeah, I think we both agreed that would be the case.
Yeah.
But when I think about Filoni, I like that was my first instinct because everyone loves Filoni, and Rebels was white hot at the time, and everyone loved what was going on with that, as opposed to The Last Jedi.
Right, and my thing with Filoni too is that he listens to fans. He cares. Everything he does and says is so genuine, and he really listens to fans.
Here's the question. Now that we know he's going to be directing a live action episode, to me that says he is interested in doing more than just being the animation guy.
Yes, I think he is.
Which is the first time we've seen that. And he's been with them for over 10 years.
If you were to pick like right now, if Bob Iger was like, "Look, John, I'm trusting you with the future of Star Wars. Who are you going to choose?" And you are the person to make that decision. Who would you pick?
Carrot Top. No.
And I'm saying not knowing that JJ didn't want the job. Who would you pick?
No, so not prop comics? No prop comics allowed.
I would pick Dave Filoni.
I would pick,
hands down. Yeah. I would pick him. He would be my first choice.
Yeah, I would have to agree. I'm just looking for a reason not to. Like I'm just trying to be contrarian here. I guess I would pick JJ. I would pick JJ Abrams, but
I don't think he wants to do it.
If they're staying inside the walls and someone who's already been there, then I would say Filoni. But what if Iger's like
there, he's like George's BFF?
Here's the thing. What if Iger's like, I'm sick and tired of Lucasfilm and what's going on over there. I need someone who's not been in there to come in. I'm gonna pick someone, and that's gonna be the person. And they could work with Filoni, and they could work with the story group. But I am tired of in the inside of the walls over there. I'm sick and tired of what's going on over there. I'm not saying that's what he's saying, but what if that's the case?
Go outside.
Yeah, because ultimately it's up to him. Shareholders speak. You know what I mean?
The only people I would trust with something like that is like, they would never do it, is the Duffy brothers that do Stranger Things.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Because they created their own universe. That was all their idea. That was all their characters. That was all their creativity. They get like the whole idea of nostalgia and like connecting with fans and great storylines and great character development. And I could see them doing great things with a Star Wars.
Yeah. Yeah. What's interesting is the other thing about the Filoni choice is he's not an executive in any way. So who would be the executive of Lucasfilm, though? You know, so you may need to
because they have to have some type of business sense.
You may
run a huge company.
I think what they're going to learn from not the mistake of just being like it's Kathleen's show is that you need not only the savvy, smart producer, business person, which Kathleen is, you need the creative head as well. So they may do a thing where they're like, let's get the Kathleen Kennedy type, but also let's get the creative. So maybe they'll bring in a producer and maybe, like I said, I thought it would be JJ and Filoni. So you have the producer, creator, and the creative mind person
well,
as
what
a
if you
two-headed
had
monster.
like a CEO/CCO, like a chief creative officer?
Yeah, I could see them doing like a two-headed type of thing where they bring in a couple people and be like, all right, so we have our producer type person who oversees the business side of the Lucasfilm stuff, and then we'll have the creative person and they'll work together.
I could see that, but you got to get two people that work together.
Yeah, I mean, my dream matchup would be JJ and Filoni, but I don't know, maybe you're right. Maybe JJ doesn't want to do that.
I don't think he wants it.
Here I am. I am dreaming. Look at my hands. I'm dreaming.
Aww.
Yeah. All right, so I think that anything else on this? You think you first of all, you think it's happening. You think he's coming to Disney, right, JJ?
Oh, that'll be signed within the year.
Okay, I think so too.
We're getting a J.J. Abrams universe theme park.
I'd go. Hell yeah, I'd go.
I mean, Lost was already on ABC, guys. Come on.
Right. You know what? Also, I said this before, but I do think they are going to wait till after episode 9. They'll wait till Q1 of 2020 and announce that the deal's in place. That's my guess.
Really? I think they're going to do it way before that.
Really?
Or do you think they're waiting for the reception of episode 9?
Yes, that's what I think. I think they did. I think they need a splash post episode 9 because stuff's going to die down a bit. And then they're going to hit people Q1 of 2020 and be like, buy more stocks because JJ, who just killed this movie, is coming in. So I think from a business standpoint, they'll wait till Q1.
Yeah. When J.J. Abrams, in 2015 at Star Wars Celebration Anaheim, when he showed that trailer for The Force Awakens, Disney stock went up $6 billion.
Yeah.
That's insane.
So let's all buy Disney stocks now. So that next year. So I think just from a business standpoint, you're looking at a year from now, they'll announce that he's coming in. And then we'll see if he gets involved with Lucasfilm or not. But you made good points, so you sold me a little bit. But I still can dream.
Yeah, I think he'd be great, and I really wish that would happen. I just don't.
After episode 9, there's Bendemption, and you're like, no, he should do Lucasfilm. He should come to Lucasfilm.
Bendemption. It's happening, guys.
We'll see. We will see.
My sweet, sweet Ben Solo deserves his happy ending.
All right, so that, I think, puts a bow on that discussion. Guys, there's plenty more we could talk about. I know James is going to give his thoughts on this, and he's going to disagree with me and disagree with Lacey. And
James is like, no.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
I think he would agree with me with Dave Filoni, though.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not against.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not against that either. But guys, let us know what you guys think in the comments, whether it's on YouTube, SoundCloud, or even on Twitter or email. Remember, on Twitter, we're at RBATSWNN. Give us your thoughts on, do you think JJ is coming to Disney with Bad Robot? Do you think he'd be involved in Star Wars in the future beyond episode 9? How does the future of Lucasfilm look beyond episode 9 with Kathleen Kennedy, JJ possibly in the mix, all that sort of stuff? Filoni, give us your thoughts. Let us know what you thought about our points on the discussion, and we'll talk more about that later. But now, guys, it is time to play the game. And I know hopefully James put up a new graphic on this because we're playing our new quote guessing game called Who Are You?
Who are you?
Okay, so guys, what we're going to do here is right now it's just me versus Lacey, one-on-one, and we're doing 5 rounds. And the purpose of the game that we tried out once and we think you guys liked it, the game is called Who Are You? What we do is we each pick a quote from a Star Wars movie. We may branch this out to the TV series once they all start coming out. But we read off our quote, and the other person has to guess who said the quote. It's as simple as that. And we're going to go back and forth for 5 rounds. Each question is worth 2 points. You get lifelines, though. Your first lifeline is called a hint, where you get to ask a question to try to find out more information about the quote and the person. If you do that, then that's only worth 1 point if you answer the question right. And the other one, you can simply do a pass. You get one mulligan where you can say, I don't want that quote. And the person has to give you another replacement quote. Then that is worth 1 point. After the 5 rounds, whoever has the total amount of points, the most amount of points, sorry, is the winner. And we did a little poll. I'm going to bring up that poll so you won the poll. We asked you guys who you thought would win.
Oh, no.
We asked you guys who you thought would win. I know earlier today, Lacey was winning pretty handily. Let's see who you guys think is going to win this game.
I want you to win the poll because then I go in as the underdog.
I wanted you to win the poll. All right, so we simply asked you guys, who do you think is going to win the trivia game between me and Lacey? Who are you? The quote game, and the results are 56% of you said Lacey will win, and only 44% of you said I will win.
That's
shame.
So close, though.
For shame.
That's so close, though. You can't be like, oh, only. It's like 4% of people. It's like 2 people. By the way, guys, I voted for John in that poll. And John voted for himself. I
did vote for myself.
I voted for John.
I did. Well, because you just showed your hand, though. You wanted to be the underdog.
John, the true politician, voted for himself.
12%, you guys voted for Lacey to win this thing. So let's find out for real now.
I want to be the underdog.
Okay.
I don't want to be
So let me get my questions out.
Can you just acknowledge that I didn't cheat the last time we played this game?
So let me explain real quick, because this is getting ridiculous. Last time, Lacey did a quote and said, you assume too much. You assume too much. And I said it was the Viceroy, Newt Gunray. And she said, no, it was Padme.
And she did say that, though.
Yes.
I wasn't lying.
But so did Newt Gunray, so I deserve the points.
But that wasn't the character I chose, though.
How am I supposed to know that? That's the point. Everyone agreed I deserve the points. we tied. All right. So, Lacey, who's going first? Round 1.
You're going first.
So, I'm giving you my quote?
Yeah.
Okay. 3, 4, 5. John, Lacey. I'm doing old school.
I'm so nervous right now.
Yeah, whatever.
Look, guys, I'm starting to blush because I'm so nervous.
All right. So, for 2 points, Lacey, you ready?
Oh my God. Okay, I'm listening. Closing my eyes.
If you're right, he must not be allowed to escape.
Oh God.
And as you guys are listening, you guys can play at home.
Definitely. Should I talk it through so that there's not just silence?
Yeah, you can talk it through.
Can you say it one more time?
If you're right, he must not be allowed to escape.
It's not the new movies. I can tell you that. It's not the sequel trilogy.
As you guys are playing at home, don't cheat. Don't look it up on your phone. Try to think about it on your own, as Lacey's doing right now.
You're right. He must not be allowed to escape. So it has to be someone captured.
Do you need a lifeline? You can use a lifeline.
No, I'm talking this through right now. It has to be someone captured.
Do you want to get rid of the quote?
So people captured. It could be Anakin. It could be Obi-Wan. Captured. Han Solo gets captured. It can't be Leia because it's a he. He must not be able to escape. That sounds like something the Viceroy would say.
I wonder if the people at home are just, if they got it or if they don't. Is it a hard? It might be.
Okay, one more time.
Question. Okay. If you're right, he must not be allowed to escape.
He must not be allowed to escape. He, so singular. He.
Now, Lacey, you're trying to get who said this quote, not the person who he's taught.
I know,
the person.
But,
okay.
But if I figure out who the he is, then I can
I see what you.
I
understand. I understand now. Okay.
I have a feeling it's Obi-Wan they're talking about. Obi-Wan. Jango Fett.
Oh. No, I'm sorry, it's incorrect. You were right that they were talking about Obi-Wan.
Is it General Grievous?
It was Grand Moff Tarkin in Star Wars A New Hope. It was right after Vader said, Obi-Wan is here, the Force is with him. Tarkin says, if you're right, he must not be allowed to escape. And Vader says, escape is not his plan.
That's a good one, dude. But I knew it was Obi-Wan, so I got a point in my heart.
No. Don't start this. Don't confuse the people. You had 0 points.
Sorry. I'm saying like in my somewhat... Never mind.
Yeah, so that was... Your guess was... Who'd you get? Who's your guess? Who'd you guess that was?
Jango Fett.
Yeah, you thought it was Jango Fett. It was Grand Moff Tarkin from A New Hope. So 0 points, round 1. Lacey, what's your first quote for me?
Okay, here's a good one. Sometimes we must let go of our pride and do what is and do what is requested of us. Sometimes we must let go of our pride and do what is requested of us. Talk it through, John. Talk it through. The best is that someone somewhere is screaming right now. Like,
yeah.
Did you see my logic when I was talking it through, though? I was like, okay, so it's got to be a guy.
Yeah, I think I have it pinpointed to the movie. Can you read it one more time?
Sure. Sometimes we must let go of our pride and do what is requested of us.
I'm going to guess it's Anakin Skywalker in Attack of the Clones.
Final answer?
Yes.
It's Padme.
Oh, damn it. It's her. Is that her from the Phantom Menace?
Phantom Menace. Or it's Attack of the Clones, whatever. It's some list I pulled it off of, but it is Padme.
Do you know what the full exchange is?
No, I just looked up the quote, John.
Oh, God. Are you sure
just told me to look up quotes. No,
sure
it's Padme. It is Padme.
What's the quote? I'm going to look it up.
Sometimes we must let go of our pride and do what is requested of us. How come you're not believing me right now? I'm pretty sure I pulled this off StarWars.com.
Because I thought I was right.
I love that I just accept that I'm wrong and I'm like, oh, well, I kind of got it. Oh, good for me. And you're like, no. It's Padme.
Wait a minute. No, it is Anakin.
No, it's Padme.
No, it is Anakin.
No, it's not.
Yeah, because she says, Anakin, you've grown up. Yes.
I got this on StarWars.com.
It is Anakin. I get 2 points. Woo!
Wait, why did this say that then?
I don't know. They're wrong. You better go talk to them. Yeah, because he says that to her and she says, Anakin, you've grown up.
Oh, well, I believe you. I apologize. I got this, I swear. I'm not trying to scam you. I'm not trying to scam you, I promise.
John is on the board, baby.
All right.
StarWars.com. You sure you didn't go to like Star Wars with a Z? StarWars.com?
No, I went to like a legit site. I'm really sorry about that. I apologize.
Okay, you better check your facts. Okay.
I went through these with James too, by the way, guys. I went through all these quotes with James.
James stinks at quotes.
To make sure that like these were legit and that because John had made a tweet about how he thought I was going to cheat or something, that they should check.
You know what's funny?
Quotes.
People are probably thinking you were trying to cheat just now.
I wasn't. I genuinely am not.
Round two. All right, I'm up 2-0.
Did you see how I didn't even argue with you?
Good.
I was like, oh, I'm sorry.
Yes. Because you know what's funny? I knew it was either Padme or Anakin, so I was like, at first I was like, damn it. And then I'm like, wait a minute.
Maybe someone mistyped because it was like the Padme was the next quote. Oh, whatever. Go ahead.
Yeah. Because I remember she was very impressed with how mature he's become. George Lucas really wanted to make that obvious.
Okay, we get it. You got it. Go.
Okay.
Go.
Okay. Ready? Here we go.
Yeah.
Split up and head back to the surface. See if you can get a few of those TIE fighters to follow you. Now everyone's out there thinking about it. Who would say that? Who would direct that type of thing? They're wondering. They're thinking. Some people are like, "Oh, easy." Some people are like, "That's impossible."
Yeah, my first gut feeling is Last Jedi, but he gets rid of all the TIE fighters while they're in those mines or like in the crystal caves.
Do you feel this way with these quotes where you hear it? You're like, I have heard that before. I know, you know what I mean, and you can't place it. That's the toughest thing.
John, you did like hard ones.
Are they hard?
Yes. Split up, go to the surface. Can you say it again? I'm closing my eyes.
Split up and head back to the surface. See if you can get a few of those TIE fighters to follow you.
Again, not sequel trilogy.
Split up and head back to the surface. See if you can get a few of those TIE fighters to follow you. Who are you? That's why, such a good name for the game. Who are you?
I know.
I wonder, I want, as you guys are thinking about this at home or wherever you're listening, if you think this is a really tough question.
I want to say it's like Poe Dameron, but you're going to pick some random character that I don't know the name of them. It's not going to be someone well known.
Am I that mean?
Yes, you're totally that mean. I picked all main characters for my quotes because I was like, John's going to give me a hard time that I didn't pick someone that's a main character.
Is Grand Moff Tarkin not a main character?
No, he's like a secondary character.
In the first movie?
All right, go to the surface. Surface.
What does it mean?
I'm giving up. Poe Dameron.
Do you want to pass? Do you want to...
No, Poe Dameron. I'm going to own it.
It is Lando Calrissian in Return of the Jedi.
Ah.
So when he says go back to the
inside the
surface,
ship.
yes, yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
So I think Lando's a popular character. I don't.
Yes, he is. Okay, I got it. I'm
Okay.
losing. Go. Oh,
Well,
it's my turn.
I'm just saying, I'm not mean. I'm picking, the real deal here. All right, so round 2 for me. The score is 2-0 as we're in the second round here.
All right, ready?
All right. Yes.
This is a new day, a new beginning.
Can you finish the quote, please?
That is the quote.
Oh, this is a new day, a new beginning. One more time.
This is a new day, a new beginning.
Oh my God. Talk about hard. This is so stupid, this quote.
This is one of the ones James is like, I don't know if he's going to be okay
This
with
quote's,
this
yeah,
one.
this quote's not on a sticker anywhere. I know that. Until we put it on a sticker because it's going to become controversial or something. That's how all our stickers ideas are going to come from this game. That assume too much sticker is pretty good though. I got to say that is a good sticker. One more today. It's a good day. Let's get breakfast. What is it?
It's a new day, a new beginning.
It's a new day, a new beginning.
New beginning.
Okay, let's see.
You're gonna be so mad.
It's a new day, a new beginning. It's a new day. I'm gonna ask for a hint, but what do I ask? It's a new day. You know what? I'm not gonna ask for a hint. I'm just gonna guess on this one. Oh God.
You're never gonna get it.
It's a new day. So it's a random character. What you just chastised me about?
It's not a random character. It's a fan favorite character.
Oh, so that's my hint. Is that it? Is that my hint?
No, that was just me being nice.
Oh,
It's a fan
okay.
favorite character.
It's a new day, a new beginning. I'm going to say Shmi Skywalker.
No, why would she say that?
I have no idea.
It's Ahsoka Tano.
Oh, when did she say that? What is it, Rebels?
I don't know. I just Googled quotes.
I didn't even know we were going outside the movies.
Yeah, of course. You said Star Wars character quotes.
Yeah, I kept, all right. Okay. Ahsoka.
Yeah, got
So
'em.
you don't even know where that quote's from?
No.
James probably wouldn't even know.
I'm pretty sure it's from the Clone Wars.
Don't tell me my stuff's hard. You're doing like season 3, episode 17 of
Guys,
the Clone
I did this
Wars.
when I got home from work in between.
It's probably Ahsoka in like the background of a scene, just like, hey, do you know it's a new day, a new beginning?
Should I give you a different quote instead?
No, it's fine. Whatever. All right.
Okay.
Now I don't feel bad at all. I give you Lando Calrissian in Return of the Jedi.
You did.
All right, round 3. I'm up. I'm up 2-0. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone's going to listen to this and be so mad at me. Go ahead.
I am very grateful you're here, Master Kenobi. The situation is more dangerous than the Senator will admit.
Oh, no. That's from Attack of the Clones.
Now, there might be people screaming right now. Because I think we have a big prequel following on our listener base. Which I just kind of gave away where that is, I guess. But that's all right. You seem to
I already
be
knew
leaning towards prequels.
One more time.
I am very grateful you are here, Master Kenobi. The situation is more dangerous than the senator will admit. It's a pesky game. This game.
I want to say like her handmaidens, but I don't know any of their names except Sabe or whatever her name is. My camera's going out of focus.
It's like Sabe, Basket,
Panera, Domino's.
Right. Yeah, they're all
I'm
the
gonna say
chains.
Senator Palpatine.
You would be incorrect.
What is it?
It's Captain Typho.
Yeah, I would have never gotten that.
Oh, okay.
Is that the black guy?
That's her. No, you're thinking of Panaka from.
Panaka.
Typho's the guy in Attack of the Clones at the beginning when the ship blows up, and then he.
The guy that's driving the shuttle.
I'll be in the command center downstairs. That guy.
The guy that's driving the shuttle.
Is he driving the shuttle?
I think he drives the shuttle.
Well, guess what?
Anyway,
you have
guys,
0
by
points.
the way, I'm terrible with names.
Okay. All right. Round 3. What is my question?
Oh. I sense great fear in you, Skywalker. Dun, dun, dun.
Count Dooku, Revenge of the Sith?
How did you get that?
Yes! You have anger, but you choose not to use it. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay,
Good.
4-0. All right, you ready for your 4th round?
Yeah, I lose at this point, right? If you get this next one, I lose.
Right. Okay, here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
Which ones haven't I used? Okay. I got a little cooked, but I'm okay.
Ugh.
I got a little cooked, but I'm okay.
Han Solo?
No.
Who is that?
Luke Skywalker. On the attack of the Death Star. His X-Wing got shot, and Biggs was like, Luke, you all right? And he goes, I got a little cooked, but I'm okay.
I went with my gut feeling, which was that Han Solo in Return of the Jedi is... That sounds like something he would say.
Okay, so I
lost.
I technically have won.
If you get this right.
No, I won. It's 4-0, and there's 1 round left for you.
I thought there's 2 rounds left.
Nope, 5 rounds.
Oh, well, I got creamed.
All right, so do you want to burn through these? We probably have another minute. We can just steamroll through them here.
Sure.
All right, what was your next one for me? And I'll just guess quick.
Remember, concentrate on the moment. Feel, don't think, use your instincts.
Qui-Gon Jinn?
Yes.
Yes. All right, my next one for you was he felt surprise was wiser.
What?
A lot of people will know this.
This is embarrassing. I don't want to do this game anymore.
Do you want me to tell you?
Everyone's going to think I'm not a Star Wars fan anymore after this game.
No. Quotes are tough.
See, but last time I won because I was against James too, so I got some from him and some from you.
Were mine that hard? You gave me a Ahsoka Tano questions.
I gave you 1 Ahsoka Tano. You would have literally swept the whole competition if you didn't lose 1. So at least I have a little pride left. Let me just have it, okay?
Okay.
Why don't you calm down?
Who's this quote?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
He felt surprise was wiser.
I have no idea. That's so stupid. Yoda?
General Veers, The Empire Strikes Back.
Who the hell is that?
He's the guy who, well, first of all, is the guy who played Donovan in Last Crusade. He told Vader that
Who is that? I've never seen The Last Crusade.
Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Yes, you have.
No, I haven't.
Oh, God. You're wearing a Lucasfilm sweatshirt and you haven't seen Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade? Holy moly. No, he's the guy who told Vader that Admiral Ozzel flew too close to Hoth, which let the rebels know that they were there. So that's when Vader said he's as clumsy as he is stupid. So it was General Veers, and then my last one, let's see if you would know this one. We're up against the clock here, girl, so if there's nothing to talk about, we'll just put you back where we found you.
I have no idea. I'm assuming it's Rey.
It was General Draven in Rogue One. The guy who's interrogating Jyn when they first get her.
Yep.
All right, what was your last one for me?
Oh, I have a bunch. You want to go through them?
Well, we're tough on time here, right?
It's okay. I'll go quick. You just say who you think it is.
Okay.
Did we do this? Now be brave and don't look back. Don't look back.
That's Shmi Skywalker.
Yep. Let go of your hate.
Luke Skywalker.
Yeah. She was more interested in protecting the light than seeming like a hero.
Whoa. Say that one again?
Damn! I should have done this one.
Say that
James said you would have gotten this one. He was like, this is so easy. Don't do this one.
Say that again?
She was more interested in protecting the light than seeming like a hero. I should have... Oh my God. James. James.
I don't know, like Kanan Jarrus?
No, Leia in Last Jedi talking about Holdo.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know that
I
one.
should have done that.
I'm not that...
Guys, I got some credit back.
I think I have a tough time with some of the Last Jedi quotes.
I have a tough time with Empire Strikes Back, and that's all you quote.
No, I didn't. I gave you all the movies.
Anyway, this is my last one. This is something else.
Oh, that's Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
Yeah.
James didn't know what it was.
Yeah,
and I was like, that's one of the best lines.
James thinks it quotes.
And he even, the funny thing is when James was doing the quote with me on the phone, he kept saying it just like Kylo Ren. He'd go like, this is something else. And he kept saying it like that. And I was just like, how do you not get this right now?
I knew you were going to throw one Kylo Ren in there.
This is something else. And
all right, guys.
James said to me, hold on. James said to me that you would never get that. And I was like, but I can't use any other Kylo quotes because they're so obvious. They quote them in like everything. Anyway, sorry. Guys, I suck. I am not a Star Wars fan. I'm going to quit the podcast. I'm going into hiding like Luke Skywalker on Octo.
I just want to say one thing.
What do you want to say?
56% of you were wrong. Okay? Oh, I can't wait till everybody listens to this. Vindication. You guys had... No one had faith in me. Nobody. Come on. Jeez. But no, this is fun, though. We have to play this more often, though.
You know, now everyone's going to think I'm not a Star Wars
fan. You know what we do?
You know
what we should do? We should play this when I'll just review it. When we get Alex Damon back on the podcast, we should play it.
Yeah, and then it'll just prove me again how I'm not... Now I just feel like a terrible Star Wars fan. I'm like not going to talk about Star Wars for 2 weeks.
No, so you stopped. You had fun. It was a good time.
Everyone hates me.
Oh my God, stop, Lacey. All right, guys, we hope you enjoyed listening to the game. I feel vindicated. I feel good. It was a nice victory.
Okay, we get it. I won last time, so now we're 1-1. So
we were tied last time.
No, so... I won that fair and square.
No, you didn't.
So now we have to have a tiebreaker.
Lacey, we ran a poll and they said that we tied last time. So. But I want to know how you guys did. Let us know in the comments how you guys did, how many of the questions you got right, which ones threw you, which ones were hard. Let us know. We hope you enjoyed the game. We're going to do it more in the future because games are fun. But now, speaking of fun, we're bringing it back to J.J. Abrams. We started the show with that, and now we're wrapping it up with that. It's time for those Resistance transmissions. Lacey, what do they have for us this week?
They've lost all their confidence in me. That's what they've done.
What are you Chancellor Valorum? A vote of no confidence?
So sorry, everyone. It's time for resistance transmissions. I'm trying to sound confident, and yay. All right, so the crazy situation that he put us in this week was we all know how secretive J.J. Abrams is over his Star Wars movies. So let's try to hack in to get the secrets. What do you think J.J. Abrams' computer password would be? Lacey doesn't like Star Wars 2019 with the exclamation point. It's a 1. All right.
No, Lacey has to watch Indiana Jones. How about that?
All right, so the first one comes from Derek Lazaro at Long Sleeve Boy. And his password is Kelvin Forever. I don't get it.
So J.J. Abrams always puts the name Kelvin in most of his projects because his grandfather's name was Kelvin, and he was a big inspiration on him.
Cool reference, Derek. Like that. Up next is our buddies, Black Series Rebels at Black Series Rebels. Cloverfield was sick, and the S is a $sign.
Dude, that's way to ward off those hackers. Make that $sign instead of the S.
Yep.
That's all.
And the funny thing is, I could hear Alex and Steve going, "Cloverfield was sick."
Yeah, that had to have been Alex.
Oh, it's so funny. Okay, next is David Weiser at Weiser_David.
What's up, David?
Yeah, he's switching up his handle here. He wrote
Lacey would, let's put it this way, before she says it, Lacey would never hack this computer because she would never figure this out.
First of all, JJ would never have this as his password because he is the biggest Kylo Ren fan ever. So David said that his password was going to be Ben Solo gonna die. Period. Adding that symbol in there for extra security.
He asked just to period.
Finalize.
Yeah.
David, how dare you? Next is Todd Speed, Rebels at Todd Hertz. And he says Grunberg 1.
He does always put the Grunberg.
He does. He loves him.
Mm-hmm. Next
is Christian Norgard at Norgard DJ. I wonder if he is an actual DJ. His answer is he uses Leet Speak, and it's lens flare with L3NS capital F LA capital RE, but the E is a 3. Lens flare. Because JJ loves a good lens flare.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that why L337's name was that? Because it spells out leet?
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, you're so witty.
I think... Oh, John Kasdan. Yeah, he's witty.
Next is Mike Sellers at Puke Sellers.
His own handle is leet speak.
It's 481-516-2342. What is that?
That's that random number in Lost.
From Lost.
Yeah.
Did they ever answer what that number was?
I think they're going to answer it in episode 9, actually.
Didn't they not answer it? So everyone's like, what's the number mean?
Yeah. It's the combination to Lando's locker, and that's how Maz got the lightsaber.
Yeah. Next is J at not_my_problem_.
That's one of my favorite handles ever. Not my problem.
Not my problem. Oh, I'm so giggly right now. Okay, the next one is 5 app tag 3? 5 about tag 3? I don't get it.
Sabotage.
Oh. Leet speak again, you guys. You're too good for me.
So he spelled out sabotage with 5AB
0TAG3.
Yeah.
I love that people are listening to this being like, she can't read.
Because he's a big...
she doesn't know Star Wars quotes. She can't read. Why is she on this podcast?
JJ loves the Beastie Boys.
Oh, he does? Okay.
That's where BB-8 got his name from. Beastie Boys 8.
Nice. Cool.
Okay.
Next is Lauren Romo at Loro Knows. And she put lost, but she put capital L05T.
So
That's
Pete,
good.
this was a big theme with people with the spelling of the thing.
I think JJ because he likes numbers and stuff.
Did you know that Elo Asti in The Force Awakens, one of my favorite side alien character pilots, is also a Beastie Boys reference from Hello Nasty?
Do you realize you were just like one of my side alien characters?
He's one of my side pieces, yeah.
No, it's the way you say you're like, he's one of my favorite side character pilots. Like you have a list.
I have a list. Yep. That's true. He's number 3.
Oh my god. Who's number 1?
What's
Why are you getting annoyed? I'm genuinely asking you how many.
Well, does it have to be a pilot? If it's a pilot, then it has to be Nennub.
All right, moving on.
Okay.
Next up is Celebrating Star Wars at Celebrating SW. Hey, Celebrating. I hope I meet you at Celebration.
Hi, Celebrating.
And their answer is password. Just lowercase. Kind of like welcome one, just password.
Yeah.
Next is Ryan Simi. Isn't it Ryan Scott 00?
It's like Kai Rai Ren something now,
yeah,
right?
but at Ryan Scott 00.
Yeah.
Hi, Ryan. He wrote capital T. The answer may surprise you.
Baney. So if you haven't listened to the podcast last week, James did the Fallon thing in Will of the Force, where after every question he did creepily stared into the camera and said, "The answer may surprise you." Unbelievable.
This is the hardest one to get through ever.
I wish I didn't know them beforehand, because I wish I could enjoy them the way you're enjoying them now.
The next one is from Sam Lalo at Sam Lalo 170.
Get your handle, Sam Lalo.
Spielberg dad.
Now, is that saying he wishes Spielberg was his dad? I don't know. So if you didn't hear that,
I'm having a mental breakdown right now. Oh my god, Spielberg dad.
JJ's computer password is Spielberg dad.
Last but not least is Ted at Bears fan 33. I wonder what he's a fan of. And his answer
team that misses field goals, apparently.
His answer is mystery box.
All right. Yeah, there were a lot of people who did variations of mystery box, but this is the first one.
What's inside the mystery box? The answer may surprise.
Oh God, I'm losing it. I'm losing the pod here, guys. We're losing them. Crazy.
Thanks for your responses.
Oh, I love that dead air. Loving that dead air here, folks.
Why don't you go back to John? Back to John.
All right. Hey, guys, thank you so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed our discussion about Abrams, the future of Star Wars, the future of Lucasfilm, our game, Who Are You?, which I just shut out, Lacey. Fantastic. So happy about that. Vindication. So cool. And thanks for those resistance transmissions, because you guys have incapacitated Lacey for the rest of the podcast.
I'm broken. My stomach hurts.
Lacey's going to be the first person to throw up on the podcast as we record.
Ben Solo gonna die.
Ben Solo gonna die. So guys,
God.
thank you so much for listening. Make sure you are subscribed to us on iTunes, SoundCloud, Spotify, and YouTube. Go to StarWarsNewsNet.com for all of your latest news, reviews, editorials, information, and more. Head to our Patreon page, patreon.com/Resistance Broadcast. Every day we're posting new stuff for you guys, exclusive content starting at only $2 a month. We have 5 tiers. We have on our tier 3, we have an excellent group chat that just flies off the handle more than Lacey just did just now. It's a good time.
Don't.
So join us over there. Check out the page. We appreciate the support. Guys, make sure... I have to thank also our generals. We have Adam Odell, Carmelo, and Val Trichkoff, our generals on our Patreon page. Thank you guys so much for all of your support. We greatly appreciate it. Guys, make sure you touch up with James Bainey. He's not here, but he'll be back on Monday. I can promise you that. So hit him up on Twitter or Instagram at Myra Trunks. James, we miss you, buddy. And we'll see you soon.
I'm so sorry.
What James will also want you to know, he loves stressing this. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like the video and leave a comment on what you thought about the game we played, the discussion we had, the resistance transmissions, why Lacey's a nutcase, all that stuff, and more. And of course, what you thought about everything. You guys can find me, John Hoey, on Twitter at Johnny Hoey, and writing and editing over at StarWarsNewsNet.com. I told you where James is, so now Lacey, what about you?
If you want to be on the show, make sure to follow us at RBATSWNN, where you can enter for resistant transmissions every week, where John puts up a crazy situation and you guys give your answers to the situation, and then I read them live, and I haven't read them before, so that's what happens 5 seconds ago, where I can't.
That was your
talk.
biggest meltdown so far, for sure.
I can't. All right.
It's fun, though. It's a good time.
You could find me. I think I'm having a mental breakdown because I just got schooled in Star Wars knowledge, which is not surprising. You could be a fan and not be like, Alex Damon from Star Wars Explained, who knows everything. He's super smart. But yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Lacey Gillerin. We talk about Star Wars. So you can make fun of me for laughing so much. Guys, my stomach hurts. I'm so sorry, James. James is going to be so mad about me laughing for 20 minutes.
No, I think he'll get a kick out of it. But that's what we do here, guys. We have a good time, and we hope you laughed and had as much of a good time as we did. Thanks for supporting us. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being a part of our community, being a part of the Resistance. We hope you enjoy your weekends, and we will see you guys on Monday morning with another brand new episode right here on the Resistance broadcast, and we'll see you around, kids.
Hashtag Spielberg Dad.
Hashtag John Warner.